Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Barbara Bauer-Chen, Realtor with eXp Realty here in Menominee. Today I'm here with Seth Sundeen with Dairy State Bank. Thanks for joining me, Seth.
Thanks, Barbara. Glad to be here.
All right, awesome. First of all, do you mind telling us why did you choose banking as a profession?
Sure. To be honest, I never really thought kind of growing up I would be a banker. I think I had the typical aspirations of like a pilot or a police officer, things like that, I guess, growing up. And as I got older, things just kind of changed. My family members, a lot of them were bankers. And again, that I guess that kind of geared me to kind of look at that as I got older. In addition to that, I got an interest into finance and business when I went to college and ultimately went to school for business. And when I was done with school, there wasn't a lot of jobs out there at the moment in time, but I applied to be a branch manager of a bank because I had a business background, and I was actually given the job. And so I've been in banking since. And so now it's probably been 17, 18 years now in banking and going strong.
Awesome. Well, sounds good. I've enjoyed getting to know you and working with you as a banker, so that's fantastic. What would you say is the most memorable experience you've had so far?
That's a good question. It's a tough question because there's a lot of them. When it comes to lending, as an example, I primarily am a commercial lender or business lender at the bank, and there's a lot of it because it's my job to help small businesses, new businesses, existing businesses to really grow their business as a whole. And so, seeing them hit milestones and grow and expand is very rewarding and exciting to be a part of it. And I would say that's one of the nice things about it is you're kind of a silent partner in a business as they grow their business. And so to be a part of that and see them from their humble beginnings and to grow, you just feel like you are part of that or instrumental, and it's rewarding to see that. So there's not one specific instance. It's just many over the years to see and to be a part of it. And so we really at the bank enjoy it, and I enjoy it as well. So that's probably the biggest and most memorable.
Yeah, very good. And that's got to be a lot of fun because you're able to be involved in a lot of different types of businesses and meet really interesting, cool people. And so, yeah,
you Yeah, really, no doubt about it. I mean, it's one of those that you get to learn a lot about many different areas and different industries. So it's one of those that you may not be an expert, but you know a little bit about this and that, and over time, it's very helpful because you can bring those skill sets and what you've learned to those new businesses because you pick those up over time. And so I've really enjoyed that. And I find that to be pretty rewarding. And a lot of my business customers find that to be pretty helpful to have that knowledge base to bring it to their business as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what do you love most about Menominee itself?
That's a great question. Menominee, I have a soft spot in my heart for Menominee. I've been a part of the community for many years. Most recently is the Menominee Chamber Board President for 2019. But different roles in different community organizations throughout the years. And Menominee to me is big enough to be considered, a city, a big city, but also small enough and a small town feel to it. I grew up in a small town with about 2,500 people, and even though Menominee is bigger than that, it has that very same feel to it of a small town feel. So I really enjoy the fact that we have a lot of the things that larger cities have to do and to play and to enjoy. While have many of the small town getting to know lots of people, your neighbors, and getting together. So that's why I think Menominee is so special, because it really feels big, but it also feels small at the same time. And I've very enjoyed that. My family enjoys that for the recreation and the nightlife and everything like that. So very, very excited to be a part of a community like that and to see Menominee grow and prosper.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome. Can you just tell us about some of the various types of loans and services Dairy State Bank offers?
Sure. So Dairy State Bank is a community bank, which is what that means is We are very community focused. We're a larger community bank, so we're not nationwide. We're more of a, I wouldn't say even regional wide, multi-state. It's primarily in Northwest Wisconsin. We're one of the largest banks in Northwest Wisconsin as relates to community banks. What's so great, in my opinion, of working with community bank or a community banker like myself, is that there's a lot of local decisions. We can make decisions quickly. We don't have to wait long periods of time or have larger governing bodies in different areas that aren't familiar with Menominee and the Chippewa Valley make decisions. The decisions are made by people that live and work in the Chippewa Valley and in Menominee. So I think that's helpful because they have the background for the area. In addition to that, when you call Dairy State Bank as an example, you talk to a person. It's not a 1-800 number. It's not an operator or thing like that. You can call and call me as a lender at any time to be reached. So that community bank aspect is very helpful as far as that community touch and easily accessible, and for local decisions to be fast with it. But we're also large enough to do large deals, large loan financing programs. So we can do multi-million-dollar programs for those businesses. We can do the small businesses and everything in between. So we like to think that we can do all of that and provide that great customer service that that people look to expect from a community bank, and that is something that we definitely try to pride ourselves on. In addition to Dairy State Bank, what makes us kind of different is we do service our own home loans as well. So if you do a home loan with Dairy State Bank, your loan is kept local. That means that basically if you have any questions, concerns, or anything, you can call anytime, and we've got that loan file local to pull and to review and work with you on that. Or if you want to refinance, it's faster on the refinance part because we have that file in front of us to be able to do that. It's all local. Unfortunately, a lot of the banking over the years now has gone to where they sell the loans off to large Chases of the world, the U.S. banks, which are great institutions, don't get me wrong. But some of those, obviously, you have to call a 1-800 number and you're not talking to somebody locally. So everything is locally kept. Local payments can be made. So that's, I think, an advantage of Dairy State Bank is being able to do that local for your home loan needs and business loan needs and like that. We offer the wide gamut of banking products, including, all the mobile banking, mobile deposit. So in this day and age, you can take pictures of your checks and deposit them remotely from home. You don't have to physically go to the locations. But all the suite of products we have are available and very competitive as well. We're very proud to offer all of the different programs at Dairy State Bank, and some of the newer ones that some of the other institutions just don't have yet, we are offering. So yeah, that's all things that we do offer at the bank. Obviously, we have investments. We have checking, savings, money markets, very competitive deposit products, things like that. So check us out sometime.
All right, certainly. And so what would you say are your greatest challenges?
I would say, challenges, there's a bank and there's a credit union on every corner, which is great. Competition is great for communities. Competition is great for getting low rates, to get competitive rates. So I encourage competition. So that is always it's good and it's tough because obviously with competition, there's a lot of forces that play into it. So it's good that you have choices. And with that, though, obviously that we are out there trying to compete for business. And so that's something that we deal with all other institutions. That's something that's out there. But we think that we can differentiate ourselves with the products and services and the local piece of that. And so I think that's one advantage that we can offer. But that obviously is a challenge. Challenges out there, I think, is in banking and credit unions as a whole now. Just the way banking is changing over the years, as far as more people are going with the remote banking, remote deposit, online banking. You don't physically need to go to a bank anymore. You can do almost everything online or virtually. And as we kind of change as a society and habits, we are evolving too as a bank to provide those services to be more remote and accessible 24 hours a day. So that's all stuff that we're adapting to, but it continues to be a challenge, and we're working through it.
All right. Well, fantastic. I've enjoyed banking with the Dairy State Bank, certainly. So, and, you know, the other thing that I'm not sure that you mentioned, but the personal touch, you know, when you walk in, people know you, and, you know, it's just nice to be able to know your banking team. And so, you know, the various people that we've worked with personally, so have all been very easy to work with, and fantastic and very professional. So we certainly
Awesome. Appreciate that.
appreciate that.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate your time today, Seth, and thanks everyone for watching. If you or your business would like to be featured, or if you know somebody that should be featured on my website, please reach out to me today.
Thanks, Barbara.